Hello, this is Ubuntu Gicha. In the previous session I installed vimmy, which allows you to easily and quickly manage your Vim configuration in an integrated Git. However, I only covered how to manage Vim packages using vimmy without a Git repository. If you manage your Vim configuration locally using vimmy without a Git repository, you cannot manage the .vim directory in an integrated Git, and you can only manage Vim packages. When managing locally, you can simply add, update, or remove Vim packages. In this session, I will cover how to manage your Vim configuration as a Git repository using vimmy. Pushing the changes in the .vim directory to a Git repository can be done simply by using vimmy push or vimmy p. At this point, if the .vim directory is not being managed as a Git repository, you will be required to enter the Git URL. I will now enter the address of the Git repository where the .vim directory will be managed. If you use multiple accounts on a Git server within the same domain, authentication issues may arise. Specifying the username before the domain address can prevent conflicts. If you set the username and email globally, simply press enter without entering them. Entering the values will apply them to the local repository. When configuring account information in Git, even if it is more cumbersome, setting it per repository rather than globally will prevent account conflicts. The default branch is mon. If you use mon, simply press enter. Finally, after writing a message and pressing enter, the .vim directory will begin to be managed as a Git repository, and the files within the .vim directory will be pushed to the Git repository. I will run vimmy s. The notification that it is managed locally without a Git repository has disappeared. Now that the Vim configuration is centrally managed in the Git repository, you can clone the same Vim configuration directly at any time. I will revert to the initial state of having installed Vim without any configuration. When I run vimmy s, I see a message indicating that the .vim directory does not exist. I will run vimmy init or vimmy I to clone the centrally managed Vim packages and configuration from the Git repository. To prevent account conflicts, I will specify the username before the domain address. I will also set the username and user email in the local repository. I will leave the .vimrc file managed by Git at the default value. Thanks to managing the Vim configuration as a Git repository, it is now possible to clone the previous Vim configuration exactly as it was with just vimmy init. I will add Vim packages using vimmy a. I will add the matchit zip. Unlike simply managing Vim packages locally with vimmy, newly added packages are distinguished by a new icon in a blue color. I will remove the Vim package vimmy r. I will remove rainbow. Removed packages are also distinguished by a removed icon in a red color. Since vimmy is a tool that allows you to manage your Vim configuration with Git more easily and intuitively, you can add Vim packages directly using Git commands. I will open a file containing the Vim packages I want to add pre-written with Git commands. I will copy the commands. If you are adding multiple Vim packages simultaneously, adding them directly using Git commands will be useful. I will paste the copied commands and execute them. I will also add rainbow, which I removed earlier. Vimmy manages Vim packages as Git submodules, which can be found under .git modules. Unfortunately, rainbow, which I removed earlier, is not added. I will check the status of the Vim configuration using vimmy s. Rainbow remains removed. Removed submodules must be forcibly added, and Vimmy A handles this process automatically. I will add Rainbow to Vimmy. This time Rainbow appears as a normal package. I will reflect the newly added packages in the Git repository. Since the .vim directory is managed as a Git repository, you can push to the Git repository by simply entering a message without needing to input git URLs or similar commands. I will now execute vimmy update or vimmy-u. Because the Vim configuration is managed as an integrated Git repository, the process involves not only updating submodules but also fetching and integrating from the remote Git repository. Although I managed the Vim configuration as an integrated Git repository this time, I have only effectively managed Vim packages so far. In the next session, I will use Vimmy to perform actual integrated management, including syntax and other elements. Thank you for watching.